السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. معاكم مستر عمرو جمال من مدرسة الكفاح. بإذن الله الفيديو طبعا خاص بطلاب جريد 5 مدرسة الكفاح من القسم الانترناشونال. And let's start. But before we start, inshallah, in the next Monday you have in the morning the science exam. So for our heroes, please, when they come to the home, take a rest and solve the 3 mocks. They are very important, and of course you should see the video first and then solve the 3 mocks. It's very important, okay? Because of course we have a lot of skills and a lot of lessons. This is the most lessons or the most skills will be in the final test, inshallah. So you should solve it well, okay? And let's start, okay? You will start from mock test 1, or you can start from any mock test 1, 2, 3, and anything as you want. Bismillah. Here. In mock test 1, we have here. He told me estimate the product of 9.7 times 4. How we can make it? Of course, if we have a whole number in estimation decimal, if we have a number, if we have a whole number, we will leave it. Like what we have here, 4. 4, okay, it will be 4. But 9.7 will be what? Of course, 9 is the whole number, 7 is the reach number or a strong number, so it will give 9, 1. So this 9.7 will be, of course, 10, okay? So 10 multiplied 4 will be 40. Excellent. Now, he told me a stack of sheets of paper is 3.5 inches high. Each sheet is 0.5 inch thick. How many sheets are in the stack? So we need a lot of sheets of paper, and each sheet is how many? So we need to have how many sheets are in the stack. So we will divide 3.5 divided by 0.5. And of course we said that we cannot divide by a decimal. So the divided must be a whole number. So here we have a decimal point, we'll move it to the right 1 digit to become 5. So when we move it here, we will move it here again. So the question becomes 35 divided 5 equals 7. So the answer will be 7. Okay. Now number 3, Amr wrote the product below without a decimal. Here this product, we have here 12.5 multiplied by 3. How we can make it? I need to see how we can make it, okay? Here we have 1 decimal. So we must have 1 decimal here. So the decimal point will be on the right, we will move it 1 digit, so it will be 37.5. It will be C. And now compare 2.6 and 2.33. Of course, we must have the same number of digits in the decimal part. Here 2 digits, here 1 digit, so we need to add 0 here. Or you can compare it digit by digit. Like we have here 3, we have here 6. 6 is greater, so it will be this one, okay? Here again estimation, estimate the sum. Okay, estimate to the nearest whole, round to the nearest whole number. 7.1 when we round it will be, of course, 7. Here's a plus sign. 22.8 when we round it will be how many? Excellent, 23. So 23 plus 7 equals 30. So the answer will be, 23 plus 7 will be 30. So the answer will be 30, okay? Again, the average speed of a garden snail is 0.7. We need to write 0.7 as a fraction. This is a decimal. We need to write it as a fraction. So how? 0.7. How we can write it as a fraction? Of course, 7 up here 1 digit. So we have over 10. So the answer will be 7 over 10, not 10 over 7. Okay? Be careful. 7 over 10. Now we need to find the common denominator for the 2 fractions. Of course, we have the denominators here 3 and 7. And we check if the smaller denominator can reach the bigger denominator, so we will write the bigger. But here 3 cannot be 7. 3 cannot be 7, so we will make cross multiplication. So 3 multiplied 7 will be 21. So our denominators will be 21. Okay, this is the first page. We're going to the second page here. Estimate the product of 71 multiplied by 9. I told you before, 9, it's a whole number, so it will be 9 as it is. So here 71, of course, will be 70. Now 70 multiply 9, or we can make 7 multiply 9, it's 63. And we have one more 0, so it will be 630. Okay, we choose it. Now, he told me, what is the value of this number? Of course, 10 to the power of 3. So we have 3 zeros. Now 62 multiply 10 to the power of 3. It will be 62,000. So the answer will be B. Now we have solved so easy. We have 2 multiply 3, 2 multiply 1, 2 multiply 9, and so on. So here 2 multiply 3 will be 6. We start from the left. Start from the right. I'm sorry. Division, we start from the left. We will see 2 multiply 3, it will be 6. 2 multiply 1, it will be 2. And 2 multiply 9 will be 18. So the answer will be 1826. Now we need to estimate the difference as we know in the decimals. So 1.2 will be, of course, 1. 5.8 will be 6. So 6 minus 1 will be, excellent, it's 5. Now, what is the product of this one? So here, it's very important. Multiply 10 or 100 or 1,000 for a decimal. Here, 2 multiply, move the point to the right according to the number of zeros. Again, 2 multiply, 2 multiply, 2 multiply. Move the decimal point to the right according to the number of zeros. Here we have only 1 0, so we move it 1 digit. So the answer will be 69.2. Where is it? 69.2. Okay. And here to divide. Okay, to multiply, we move the decimal point to the right. Here to divide, how we can make it? Again, to divide, move the decimal point to the left according to the number of zeros. And of course, 10 to the power of 2, it means we have 2 zeros. Okay, so when we divide by 100, so we will move the decimal point to the left 2 digits. So 1, 2, the decimal point will be here. So the answer will be 0.235. Now we need to write a decimal. How we can write it? Here we have 23 and 11 hundredths. So 23, we write 23. And I told you before that word and, it means the decimal point, okay? Word and, it means the decimal point. And 11, so it will be 23.11, the answer will be C. Here we need to round a whole number to the nearest, we need to round a decimal to the nearest whole number. 5.8, of course, will be 6 because 8 is a strong number or rich number. So it will be 6. Now, estimate again. 3.9, of course, will be 4. 2.8, of course, will be 3. So 4 multiply 3, excellent, it will be 12. Now we finish the second page. Here we have the third page. And I forget to tell you, the question will be, inshallah, about 30 or 32 questions. The first 16 questions is choices, and each one with only 1 point. So you have 16 points. And each one in the open-ended question, it will be for 1.5 point, okay? So be careful. Here we have 525 divided by 15. Of course, we have the long division way. We make the long division shape. We have here 525 divided by 15. So here we divide it by 2 digits. So we take 2 digits, 52 and 15. We write table 15. We search for 52 in table 15. We have here 15, 30, 45, 60. And 60 is more than 52. So we must take 45. We write here 45. And 45 is the third number. So 1, 2, 3. It's order 3. We write up 3. Now 52 minus 45 will be 7. And here we bring down 5. We will search for 75. We will found it. So its order is 5. And here 75. And here 0, 0. Our happy face. Okay. So the answer will be 35. Okay. There is no remainder on this question. And now what is the quotient? I told you before. To divide, move the decimal point to the left according to the number of zeros. So we have only here to the power of 1, it means we have only 1 0. So move it to the left only 1 digit. So the answer will be 4.56. Okay. And now, of course, adding and subtracting fractions and mixed numbers. How we can make it? It's very, very, very easy. Here we have 1 and 3, whole with whole, fraction with fraction, okay? When you make it, in adding and subtracting fractions or a mixed number, whole with whole, fraction with fraction. So 1 plus 3 will be 4, and we have here our fraction. Now we need to check if we have common denominator or not. To add or subtract, we must have same denominator. Now the denominators or the down numbers, they are 2 and 4. Now we have a small question. Is the smaller number can be the greater number? Is 2 can be 4? Yes, if we multiply it by 2. So when we make multiply 2, we multiply up and down. So 1 multiply 2 will be 2. 2 multiply 2 will be 4. Now we have common denominator. We write it. And 2 plus 1 will be 3. And the second number we have here, whole with whole, fraction with fraction again. So 7 minus 6 will be 1. Now we have our fraction. Is 4 can be 8? Is the smaller number can be the greater number? Yes, if we multiply it by 2. Multiply it by 2. 4 multiply 2, 8. 1 multiply 2 is 2. Now 5 minus 2 will be 3, and the denominator does not change. Okay? Now we have what? We have here 0.8 divided by 0.2. How we can make it? I told you before that we can not divide by a decimal. How we can divide? This is a decimal. So we move it 1 digit to the right, 1 digit to the right. The question becomes 8 divided by 2 equals, excellent, 4. Again, to multiply, move the decimal point to the right according to the number of zeros. So we have here only 1 0. So move it 1 digit, it will be 13.4. Again, to divide, cancel 1 0. Now we have 24 divided 6 will be 4. We have 1 more 0, we should write it, okay? Again, there is no whole number, it's only fraction. So we must have that same denominator. How we can make it again? Of course, 4 can be 8. Yes, if we multiply it by 2. So 4 multiply 2, excellent, 8. 2 multiply 2, excellent, 2. Now the denominator does not change, and we have 2 plus 3 equals 5. Adding decimals, so easy, 0.21 plus 0.45. So 1 and 5, but before it we have here 2 digits. We have here 2 digits, so we can add 1 and 5, 6, 2 and 4, 6, our decimal point and our 0. So it will be 0.66. I'm sorry. Now we have here in number 26, whole with whole, fraction with fraction. So 3 plus 1, 3 minus 1, extent 2. Now the denominators is 2 can be 8. Yes, if we multiply it by 4. So if we multiply by 4 will be 8. 1 by 4 will be 4. Now we subtract 7 minus 4 will be 3, and our denominator does not change. Okay? Again, 5 minus 2 will be 3. Now is 3 can be 9? Yes, if we multiply it by 3. And remember, we check the smaller number. Okay? So is 3 can be 9? Yes, multiplied by 3, multiplied by 3. 3 multiplied 3 will be 9. 1 multiplied 3 will be 3. Now our denominator does not change, and 4 minus 3 will be 1. Now in number 28, find the difference. 7 over 10 minus 2 over 5. So is 5 can be 10? Yes, if we multiply it by 2. So here will be 10, here will be 4. Our fraction, denominator does not change. 7 minus 4 is 3. Now we have multiplying a decimal by a whole number. 6 multiplied by 0.12. I told you before, ignore the decimal point. There is no decimal point. So you can make it as 6 multiplied by 12. So here 12 and here 6. 6 multiplied 2, 12, 2, carry up 1. 6 multiplied 1 is 6 and 1, 7. So it will be 72. But here we have how many decimals? We have 2 digits in the decimal part. So we count 2 numbers from the right. 1, 2, put the decimal point. Now, a scientist have a bottle with 24.6 milliliter of a solution. If he divides it equally into 3 test tubes, we divide. So we have here 24.6 divided by 3. We can make it as a long division, and you can make it as a short division, because here 24 is so easy. 24 divided by 3 equals 8. Our decimal point. 6 divided by 3 is 2. So the answer will be 8.2. Okay? This is our first mock test. Now we'll go into mock test number 2. Now we will go into the mock test number 2. We will have the same, I'm sorry. Now we will go into mock test number 2. Mock test number 2, same as mock test number 1, there is no change, but the answers or the numbers will be changed, so we have more practice to our heroes. Now estimate the sum. 2.8 of course will be excellent 3. 5.1 will be 5. So 3 plus 5 equals 8. We have here 0.5. We need to write it as a fraction. So we have only one digit in the decimal part, so it will be over 10. Again, we have a multiplication. We have here how many digits in the decimal parts? Of course, we have here 2 decimal parts, and we have 2 digits in the decimal parts. Here 1 digit and here 1 digit. So it will be 116.48. Again, 6.6 and 6.36. Of course, we have here 2 digits, here only 1 digit. We need to add 0. So 60 is more than 36. Ta-da! Now, estimate the product. 88 will be, of course, 90. 49 will be, of course, 50. So 90 multiply 50 will be, most of you make it 450, but be careful, you have 2 zeros, not only 1 0, you have 2 zeros. Now 9 multiply 5 is 45, and the 2 zeros will be 4,500. Now what is the value of 28 multiplied by 10? The same number, and just add 0 to it. It will be 280. Solve 913 multiplied by 2. Of course, 2 multiplied 3 is 6. 2 multiplied 1 is 2. 2 multiplied is 18. So it will be 1,826. Now we have here, estimate the product, 19.2. Some of you will make it 19. Make it 20, it will be easier. 19.2 will be 20. It will be so easy. So 20 multiplied by 6 will be 120. Okay? Now, the second page in mock test number 2. He told me a stack of sheets of paper is 2.8. We need to find each sheet is how many? So 2.8 divided by 0.4. How we can make it? We cannot divide by a decimal, so we should to move it to the right. One digit become 28 divided by 4 equals, of course, 7. Now, which decimal represent 9 and 5/10ths? As I told you before, 9 here 9, and it's the decimal point 5/10ths, so we have only one digit, so it will be 9.5. Okay. Now we need to round the 3.7 to the nearest whole number. How we can make it? Of course, you are great. So 3.7, 7 is a strong number or a rich number, so 3 will be 4. Estimate the product again. 3.9, of course it's 4. 2.8, of course it's 3. So 4 multiplied by 3 is, excellent, 12. Now what we have, we need to find the common denominator. We need to find the common denominator. We have here the denominators are 6 and 8. Is 6 can be 8? No. So we make cross multiplication. So 6 multiplied 8 will be 48. Of course, in grade 6, inshallah, you will take something, it's called LCM, lowest common multiple, and the lowest common multiple for 6 and 8 is 24. But now we will make it as cross multiplication. 6 multiplied 8 is 48. It will be right, okay? Now we need to estimate the difference. 3.8 will be 4. 1.2 will be 1. 4 minus 1 is 3. Now, what is the product of 3.47 multiplied by 10? I told you before. To divide, move the point to the right according to the number of zeros. You have only here 1 0, so move it 1 digit. So it will be 34.7. And to divide, move the point to the left according to the number of zeros. Here you have 2 zeros because it's 10 to the power of 2. So move it 1, 2. It will be 0.235. Okay, you are great. Now we have our page 1.5 divided by 0.3. I told you we cannot divide by a decimal. So what we should do? Of course, move the decimal point 1 digit, move the decimal point 1 digit. It will be 15 divided by 3 equals, ta-da, 5. He told me here, in a school, there are 51 classrooms. There are 23 students in each classroom. How many students are there in all? So he told me each classroom. So we need to multiply 51 multiplied by 23. Now we'll take 3, multiply all the digits. 3 multiply 1 is 3. 3 multiply 5 is 15. Plus, and don't forget to put the turtle egg. And I said the turtle egg because we make it as a turtle headway. Now, 2 multiply 1 is 2. 2 multiply 5 is 10. So when we add it, 3 and 0, 3. 5 and 2 is 7. 1 and 0, 1. And here 1. So the answer will be 1173. To add, we should have same denominators. But is 5 can be 7? No. So we'll make cross multiplication. How we can make cross multiplication?